Happy Transfer Tuesday, guys. Welcome to chaos. I'm embarrassed by this whole scene in here. Oh, look, the couch is still here. Is anyone surprised? I think last week I told you guys I didn't know what to list this at. Let's just say we started at 600, which I knew was kind of funny. We're at 300 and it's had some nibbles, but couches are hard to give away nowadays. So we'll see. We still got time. But we do not have until the end of the month. Oh, look. We have some plant ambiance. Nice. Holy shit. All right. So many money moves this week. But we're going to start with the best thing I've heard in a while. And I know a lot of you already follow Rebecca, but hello, Rebecca, girl is debt-free. Hell yes. I'm so excited for you. I'm so happy for you. I love that shit. So that's exciting. Now, for the less exciting things, I don't know, start with the money out or the money coming in, because let's start with the apartment. Yeah, update. I got the apartment and we moving in. Getting my keys at the end of the week, and then I have movers scheduled for early next week, either Monday or Tuesday, weather dependent. Yeah, why don't we start there? Let's start there. Let's start with the money that left the building this week, and first and foremost was movers. I think it worked out great though. I did one virtual survey quote, and their quote was $1,600. If you are new here, for reference, I'm moving 1 hour away. I'm on a second floor walk up, moving to a second floor walk up, and we're hiring movers. And that people got some strong opinions about the financial cost of movers versus doing it myself, and no, just stop with that, because are you kidding me? I told you guys, I think last week, I got a quote to rent a U-Haul, the smallest size truck, their studio one bedroom size, rent that and hire help on each end, so just a couple of guys for a couple of hours, local ones here, local ones there, and that was $550, $600, something like that. And then that would leave me renting the U-Haul, driving it down there, then having to drive it back up here to get my car again, and paying more to not have to do that is, yes, that's a yes for me right now. And I'm gonna save my back in the meantime. So yes, so I get it. It's a luxury to be able to afford that, but it's an expense I'm willing to make at this point in my life. And then I found another website and just requested a quote. A guy called me the next morning and he was like, oh, we do a full concierge move. We'll come in, disassemble your furniture, pack all of your things, make sure they're really cushioned. We offer XYZ coverage and insurance, and when we get there, we'll unpack everything, reassemble all your furniture, take all the cardboard. And I'm just like, whoa. I was like, hang on, buddy. I'm going to be straight with you. I don't need all of that. And he was like, oh, okay, hang on a minute. He puts me on a hold and comes back and he's like, okay, we can do $9.95 for just people and the truck. And that means it's got to be all boxed up and ready to go when they get there. And I was like, boom, boom, done. Done. From what I'm hearing, that's pretty reasonable from what some of y'all have told me about what you've paid for movers lately. So I'm happy about it. And that quote includes this couch on the off chance that it doesn't sell. Honestly, I'm about to put it on the curb with a free sign, but if it's still here, they'll move it. It's no big deal. So $1,000 was spent earlier since we last saw each other. Right, so the apartment. Let's dive in there. I got approved, and so I asked if I could move in early, and the earliest they would let me move in is Friday the 19th, and I'm paying a prorated amount of rent for the remainder of April. So what was due of me this morning was $1,500 security deposit and $600 for the prorated final portion of April month. April, you know what I mean. I'm happy to pay that 600 extra, even though, yeah, I don't have to be out of here till the end of the month, and I'm not like asking for money back for the week that I'm not going to be here or anything like that. I really wanted to get in there sooner. I was hoping to be in there already, but the 19th is fine because I just want to have as much time there as possible to settle and get the cats settled so their stress isn't on level 10. I mean, it has been ever since I started packing, but it is what it is. So that will buy me exactly 2 weeks to be in there before I have to leave and go to training for 3 weeks, which it's Monday to Friday, so I can come home on the weekends, but already, just 2 weeks there and I'm already going to have to leave them for 5 days. Like, that sucks. It was the best I could do. I don't have options. I don't have people around to assist with cats. So that, it's just, no. So, we're working with what we got to do. And a condition of this apartment is I am required to have renter's insurance. Wasn't expecting that, but it's okay. So I paid $217. I'm covered for the full year. As a quick aside, I'm hoping to only be in this location for a year maximum. My employer is very aware that I want to get to Maine, and I won't let them forget it. But anyway, so we're good on that. I don't have to worry about a monthly bill. Y'all know I hate monthly bills. So if something can be paid annually to save money, yes. In this apartment, utility, heat and electricity are going to be on me. And then water, sewer, trash removal, snow removal is covered by the landlord. So these are going to be one additional bill over the number of monthly bills I had here, because here I'm just paying electricity, but it's fine. Neither one of them required deposit, but I've got those scheduled to turn to my name on the 19th. And then I actually just got back from a doctor's appointment. I had my pre-employment physical that I had to pay for out of pocket, and I flubbed this one up. So the form is interesting. Like, I have to prove that I can lift 50 pounds, drag a 200-pound dead animal, and like tolerate stress, climb ladders. I googled like, how do I schedule a lift test? Y'all, I don't know what I'm doing. They didn't require a doctor to do all this the last time I had this job. They just asked me over the phone. So I had to have a doctor perform these tests this time, and that's fine. I just don't go to the doctors. Didn't know what to ask for other than a lift test. I didn't know. I just said lift test, so they just scheduled me for a lift test. They didn't accept HSA, but they told me about 6 different times on the phone call that, are you sure this is what you want? This is not refundable. I said, yeah, I guess. And of course, I'm panicking because I have to submit it to my new employer by April 28th in order for me to be able to start on May 6th. It was yesterday, so I got there, and the guy's looking at the form. He's like, oh no, this is all wrong. Oh God, what do you mean? He was like, you need like a full occupational health physical. And I was like, oh, okay. He's like, I can't do that today. Tomorrow our occupational therapist is in. You can do it tomorrow. But you just paid for the prove you can lift 50 pounds. Like, there's a whole lot of other stuff. So we had to go back today. And the full shebang test, and I mean, he put me through it. $160. So I had to eat the $110, but now I have paid $160. And at least going through the doctor's office, they are going to allow me to use my HSA, which is great. Now, that HSA comment is, I guess, the perfect transition to the money coming in, because I think I told you guys last week, my CPA told me I overcontributed to my HSA in 2023 to the tune of $1,082. Like, I still can't believe how that happened. So the IRS is going to penalize me for that unless I withdraw it. So I requested that withdrawal last week. It should be back in my account any day now. So that sucks for my HSA balance, but it's at least probably helpful during this complete flush of money that's been happening over the last couple weeks. Yeah, so I guess that's technically money in, but a hit to my net worth. My overall savings, so that's okay. Facebook Marketplace, like I said. I think doing my best to hawk shit on there. In fact, I got someone coming over supposedly later this afternoon to buy a $10 desk, but so far we're at $110. $25 for a little yellow bookshelf, $50 for my dresser, $20 for my office chair, and $15 for a little like white side table I had a plant on. We're doing good. Hopefully some more of this shit sells. Mostly this damn couch. The tenant that's moving in here Venmo'd me $100 earlier today for the washer and dryer. So that makes me happy. I don't know what I would have done with those if she had her own and didn't want them. But I paid $200 for them to the previous tenant, and they've served me very well for the last 2.5 years. They still work great, so getting $100 back on those I'm pretty happy about. And also the my landlord here is going to be sending me an additional $100 with my security deposit, and that was for showing the apartment because he doesn't have, there's no property manager here, which is a little risky when you live out of state, in my opinion, but whatever. So I had to show the apartment myself. Luckily, it only ended up showing to 3 people, and it was like a half hour's worth of work, but I'll take $100 for that. And then eventually, of course, I'll get my security deposit. I mean, theoretically, the whole thing. I'm like being very careful about washing all the baseboards. Earlier today, I filled, nail holes and sand them down, touch them up with paint, try my best. And the other money coming in. Oh, good. He's coming to buy the desk a little over a half hour. Beautiful. The job. So yeah, we're coming up on the end of that 90-day furlough. In fact, they called me yesterday, late afternoon. I couldn't answer because I was driving, but they called me again this morning, and yeah, it was my boss's boss, the one that called me and delivered the furlough news. She was like, okay, hang on a minute, I'm bringing HR on. I was like, okay, of course. This was just over the phone this time. It wasn't a video call, so it was less awkward. But basically they just said due to economic circumstances and change in client projects and client needs, like they are not asking me to come back, which I told you guys, they've given me like hints along the way. So the writing was kind of on the wall, and I didn't want to go back anyway. So I was just like, okay. And actually they like dumped a bunch of info at me. And the HR lady, she kept being like, I'm sorry, I know this is a lot, but don't worry, you're going to get a full email package with all of this information and what to do from here, etc. But the important parts where they have to pay out my 2 weeks plus either 1 or 2 days worth of vacation time, which I knew that beforehand. So that's that money I've known is going to be coming towards me in the future. And I forget when she said, but within the next month, whatever. And they also said I could elect to work with Cobra and keep the same health plan that I have now. So they're gonna send me info about that. I'll look at it and see what I need to deal with health insurance, y'all. I'll talk about that in a second too. But the third thing that she said that was like, they are giving me severance pay. They did not say anything about that prior to, and probably for good reason, but I had no idea. I didn't think that they would owe me anything or would care to, just from the way it all went down. I just was like, it's real cutthroat around here. But yeah, apparently I'm going to get some severance pay. I have no idea what that looks like. $5, $500, I don't know. Again, still waiting for their email. But I'll be intrigued to see what that is looking like. That'll be nice. hopefully between my vacation payout and whatever the severance pay is, will help, recushion the sinking funds that I've used because I've had to. Like, I didn't have enough savings to cover movers and new apartments, and there's just been a lot of moving parts that I know I'm forgetting all of right now, but it's just been a lot. In general, this week has been crazy. Like rapid fire, a lot of things happening at once. And it's been a lot to juggle. And I'm still on unemployment. I'm still having to apply to jobs. They only allow you to stop having to apply to jobs 2 weeks before your start date if you do get a new job. So even though I reported that I got a new job week before last, I still have to be applying for jobs this week, and then next week I don't have to because that's in that 2-week time frame. But so there's still like a lot of admin bits that are annoying, including the rental property, and just like the work still isn't done from the like rent ready work in between tenants from 3 months ago now, whenever it was. Like, I've paid the deposit, and like the rental property, the maintenance department, the guy I've been talking to, he's been spotty with getting back to me, and he was like, yeah, I told him you already paid, so he needs to get back and do the work. And it's like, well, what the, because I got a maintenance request Friday at 6 p.m. Asking for like a few things, including some that I've paid that contractor already to go do and fix. And so I was like, why am I getting a maintenance request for shit that I've already asked to be paid or completed? And yeah, the guy I've been talking to, he's like, oh yeah, sorry, I told him he needs to get back there. And it's like, well, yeah, what? Ugh. This property, like, I don't have the mental bandwidth to deal with that property right now either. It's such a headache, and there's always something. There's always something. I just need to sell it. But I can't handle that right now mentally. I wanted to tell you guys that I got the apartment in a much better way, a much more fun video. And I apologize. I meant to have like multiple videos out this last week, at least, last couple of weeks. I have so much footage. I just haven't had time or the mental capacity to sit down and edit and upload. So I do apologize. Like, I had a whole plan. Like, yeah, I got the apartment. Let's talk about it. And I'm still going to do that. It just won't be a surprise for you anymore. But I am excited to go get the keys and take a load of things like the plants and take the cleaning supplies, get it all clean and ready to just dump all our shit in and just be lived in. So that's exciting. Of course, we'll do an empty apartment tour. It's going to be real funny because some of you, I told you guys last week or whenever, I told you guys that it's 300 square feet and less than half the size of this apartment I'm in now. Some of y'all were like, oh my God, you're moving into a hotel room. And that's accurate. So we'll have a real good time seeing what amount of counter space my budget affords me these days, because it's hilarious. Oh my God, we're going to have to get real creative in that apartment when it comes to storage. I cannot wait to share that. Oh Lord, it's going to be an adjustment. But it's going to be great. So I look forward to that. Again, congratulations, Rebecca. I'm so excited for you. Thank you guys so much for being here and supporting me during this crazy life transition. I promise lots more footage coming for y'all that are interested. I know some of you are just here for the money talks, so that's cool too. But I know some of you guys like the decluttering and such, which reminds me. Yesterday I decluttered the kitchen, and let's play a little shame game. How old do you think my oldest expiration date was? Let me know. It was a spice. So sometimes those things slip through the cracks when I do a moving declutter. Granted, it's been 2.5 years since I moved, but this particular spice must have missed a lot of cracks because it was much older than 2.5 years ago expired. So if you feel like it, what's your guess? What year do you think it was? Thank you guys. I'll see you again very, very soon.